Your mother's a tracer!
Can I explain the audience principle to you? If you insult and accost them, then we have no audience.
He started it, fucking cock knocker!
Yeah? Well, me and the Lord, we got an understanding.
We're on a mission from God.
Do you have any idea what time it is? It's 11:30 p.m. It's time to relaunch The Better Late Show with Dr. Ben.
So disgusting.
Well, hey, folks. It's that time again. Time to join your friendly neighborhood Dr. Ben. Back here again. You've had a chance to check out some of those other late shows on YouTube that talk about comics and current events and whatnot, manga and the serials they got running on the television and computer phones and stuff. But here, this is the better late show, okay? This is the one you want to watch. And tonight, we're going to be covering one of my favorite... Seriously, this is like top 5, top 3 favorite artists, cartoonists. Brandon Graham. We're going to be covering Multiple Warheads, right? So it's just going to be kind of like an overview of the series. Or at least the issues that I've got. I've got the 4. I've got this came out in 2012. Holy crap! This is 11 years ago. That's crazy. There's I've got the first issue, second issue with this cool like Chinese restaurant menu looking cover. The third issue with a weird little mini Cthulhu looking thing. Fourth issue of the series. That was the final one. And we've got the next issue, which was not the next issue, but the next part of the story, Ghost Throne. It's kind of interesting too, because like on the back of this one, like Brandon puts like cartoons and pictures together sometimes, like when he's just like playing around. I always think that's funny. On the back of this, he says that the story continues in the next series called Multiple Warheads Ghost Town. I don't think that ever happened. I don't think Ghost Town ever came out. Instead, we got Ghost Throne. Uno shot. Final chapter to Ghost Town. Maybe there might be issues that I'm missing. I don't know. That's one of the things that you can expect here. I'm not like one of those people that is gonna, try to impress you with having like an encyclopedia in my freaking forehead where I can tell you, every single That's not who I am. I can't pretend to be that, even on the TV here. Not me. And we also got this. When is this from? Well, this is from 2013. Yeah, see, this came out, which was like a reprint of the original stories that he did with these characters, right? And this came out in 2013. I missed this back in the day. I never even saw that this came out. That's often the case with me. Is like I don't follow things like super close, and I miss stuff sometimes. But that's what I'm saying. Let's. To me, that's part of the fun of comics, is finding stuff you didn't know existed. But this one reprints 2007's The Fall, the first 2003 Warheads short, and the 2004 Multiple Warheads story Elevator. So this gives you this one gives you more of like the background for where this one is drawn from. But you know what I'm saying? You can get any one of these issues and they're going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? You go down to your local comic book shop and you're looking through the back issue bins and you find, you know, what do you find? You find this second issue. Just pick it up. Pick it up and buy it, because I'm going to tell you what. It's not, it's a fun book. You know, it's like a sci-fi story. And this is maybe like one of my favorite, I'm going to say it's my favorite Brandon Graham work, because it's just fun. Lots of the images have stuck in my brain ever since seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll show you the one in here that's always, where's it at? At the end? What the heck am I thinking? No, it's not at the end. That's the problem. You get all these issues. That's what I'm saying. You know what? I'm not one of those guys. Yeah. It's always stuck in my mind. This opening. This is issue 3. You know, we got the main character. She's laying on the bed, and it's got brushes her teeth. She takes a shower, brushes her teeth, and then, of course, after you get out of the shower, curses, puts on her shoes, and off to go do what she's got to do. Who hasn't felt upset at having to take the second route after you get out of the shower, you know? But so this is the first issue, and I'm gonna read so you get an idea what we're dealing with here. You know, I'm gonna read just this description that explains who the characters are, because that's really the main thing you need to know. You know, it's a sci-fi series. This is the main dude, Nikolai. This is his girlfriend, lady friend, Sexica. Notice he's got a long tail. He also has ears. I'm going to explain that here. Sexica, the girl, is an ex-organ smuggler. It's not really like a series for kids. You know, it might look like it's just goofy, funny stuff. Maybe mature kids. With, you know, you'll understand why as soon as I finish reading this. Sexica is an ex-organ smuggler. She sewed a wolf's penis, wee-wee, onto her boyfriend as a birthday present. Nikolai, that's her boyfriend, is a mechanic, and he's now a werewolf. Since getting the wolf's organ, he now has dreams of the wolf's former life. Lenin, because it's not Stalin. I just got that. This is so stupid. Lenin is Nikolai's car he rebuilt with a genius boiler brain inside of it. Does it have the car on the cover? Where's the picture of the car on the covers? It's not really on the cover. What he's... because it's not Stalin. Lenin is the name of their car. It's Lenin because it's not Stalin. That's so horrible. That's such a horrible pun. Pumpkin Patch is Sexica's former organ boss, an alien that tells people that he's a god. Before, a ship returning on autopilot from deep space crashed into the Red City Center, destroying Nick and Sex's place. Without a home, they decide to leave town to see the world and the impossible city. So it's like it's like Milo and Otis, you know. It's like a classic story, you know. Your home's destroyed, go out looking for a new home, travel, a journey, you know, a hero's journey, if you will. I'm sure this is. If you look through this, I'm sure you can find some shout outs to Joseph Campbell, probably, or George Lucas or something, you know. But it's definitely, and I'm going to put this put it over on the desk under the camera so we can get a better look. But, let me just show you. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. This is what it was really making me think of. You know, he goes into, it's a sci-fi story, right? And this weird, I think it's sort of like Earth, but not really. There's all kinds of, there's like a talking yak, a yak man. Not a no man, he's a yak man. He's in the store, and I love this because it reminds me of like video games back in the 80s and 90s. Would always have like, you'd go into a store, there'd always be all kinds of stuff on the shelves, and that's what that reminds me of, is like going into video games and seeing all the weird stuff they had for sale, you know. Just, that's one of the things with Brandon. He puts all this weird details that really flesh out this world, and it makes it, you know, you can really just escape into this. It's got bad jokes, bad puns. The car's named Lenin because it's not Stalin. It's you know, like if it's not Stalin. It's not Stalin. It's so stupid. So stupid, it's funny. And like, it came out in 2012, and what I remember is that about 2012 is that, for one, the world did not come to an end, or timeline, what was it, timeline 0, or whatever Terrence McKenna was saying, that the Mayan long calendar ended in 2012, and all kinds of mayhem was supposed to happen, and we're all still here. Nothing, whatever happened is all just subjective, you know. But I was going through a particularly rough patch with my own life, where, you know, like just one of those patches where you're just, everything's just horrible, and you just want to curl up and crawl under the couch and just never come out, you know. And I remember reading this, because I was getting this as it was coming out at the shop. You know, every month I'd have them subscribe to it or whatever at my local comic book shop. And you know, like this, one of the things he gets from the shop, or a couple of things he gets from the shop, he says, I also got these self-heating root vegetables, turn up the heat and beats the heat. You know, like, that's just such horrible puns, you know. But like, it made me laugh, you know. Like, I was like horribly depressed, everything was going off the rails, but it was like, you know what, if I've got this comic, you know, I've got a few minutes of reading where I can just kind of like, oh, look, there's a picture of me. What the heck? How did you know, Brandon? What? There I am, getting a massage. Wait. Well, dude, maybe that's not me. Never mind. Oh no, there's a lot of pictures of people with mustaches like that. Maybe that's why I grew my mustache like this. It's all subconscious. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're in, that's what good comedy is for, you know, when you're in a bad state, you're feeling down, you know, down on your luck, kicking rocks. Somebody can tell you a joke, make a pun, or you know, and it helps you kind of like forget your problems for a minute, you know? Remind you can still laugh, you know, as bad as things might be, you can still laugh. That was actually one of the things I remember from Paul Pope's comics as well. That was one of the little mini Paul Pope comics, illustrating ideas, and one of the ideas he had was that if you can laugh, you're still free. If you can't laugh, you're not free. You know, if you can't even laugh at anything, you're just imprisoned. You know, as long as you can still laugh, you're still free, because people can't take that from you. You know, I mean, they could punish you for laughing. You know, like. You know, how many comedians have been attacked for making a bad joke or whatever that someone didn't like? And it's like, as long as comedy makes someone laugh, it's doing its job. If you don't like it, that just means you're probably just an unhappy person, you know? I don't know, I don't want to get too off track here. So that's what I'm saying. I'm going to throw this underneath the we'll flip the camera around here. Hold on. All right, so yeah, so I'm not gonna do, a page by page analysis of all this, but this is the beginning of where I've got the storyline for Multiple Warheads, and this is the farthest I've gotten. I don't think he's done any more after this. This last one, Ghost Throne, it was a one-shot. This one here, Downfall, it's 80 pages. Reprints, let me pull that up so we can see it a little bit better. Reprints, the 2007's The Fall, the first 2003 Warheads short, and the 2004 Multiple Warheads story, Elevator. I like he's got some goofy, oh geez, where did I put my pointer thing? I guess I'll use this one, be the pointer. I'll have to. Brandon Graham's Heads, You Win, So You Lose, Pulp Comics. He's always like, all these are filled with like just goofy puns and stuff. This one, well, we already did the introduction, but this one reprints, like I said, some of the first stories. So they're black and white. He's got a real good, and gray. There's grays, mixtures of black and white and gray. This is Sexica. She's trying to sneak into this place. So last night, I took a shit that was 11 inches long. Why wasn't it 12 inches? Because then I would have shat out a foot. Like, it's just so goofy. Are you bad? Nope, I'm an angel. Baby, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Not quite sure. It seems like that's almost in the... Past the gate, there's just walleyes. They're so dumb, you just have to be polite to grease them. Everything has got this kind of, like Russian propaganda look to it. I'll pull this up so you can kind of see. All these like posters and that's often his name that he uses online is Royal Boiler, and here it is an actual machine. So this is the first story, is it? Does it explain which order they're in? Mad and Later. I'm not sure. What does this say? Just Multiple Warheads. Oh yeah, so this is the first one. So yeah, he has it like in a chronological order. Like, this is like Genesis basically, if we were to compare this with the Holy Scriptures. And this is, he talks about the car. It's a Lenin. I don't think he says it in here. It must be that other one where he says, it's, where I was just reading where it says it's a Lenin because it's not Stalin. She smuggles, she's an organ smuggler is one of her jobs. She's smuggling eyes. She throws him this hot potato. Don't worry about breaking it. That one's an unbreakable heart. Here, look at these. Eyes. Sight beyond sight. The ones on the left are seeing eyes. They let you see yourself how others see you. The right ones are lie balls. They let you see the world all pretty and perfect. And this is the best one I got. It's a stomach that turns waste into gold. The Midas touche. like your gold don't stink. Like, he's just... That's one of the things that I like about... There is a little bit of nudities. Actually, I think this one there's like more than a little bit. What a haul. Check out this, fatty. I'm not fat. That's the little thing saying that. I'm not fat. Here's him reading Barbarian comics. You know, he just has this real like sense of place. You know, all these rooms they look like lived in, or at least like real. Like I can easily imagine like all these places. You know, that's one of the things that like really always sticks out to me in his comics. That and like it makes me think of Tintin. I know like Tintin is one of his big influences, the Hergé. And it's like you can always see that, but it's definitely like his take on it, you know? Today's that, and he's also, this is one thing I've talked to him before. I'll put a link in the below to when me and Brian at the Comic Lounge interviewed Brandon. And I can't remember if I asked him about food. I had to have asked him about food, because that's something that like I've always noticed. I mean, it's fun to draw food and everything, but he makes up all kinds of weird, you know, foods for like these sci-fi things. And I think it was either, it had to have been in one of the interviews, or maybe like afterward, off the air, as they say. Like he was saying, you know, like everyone eats, so you know, like that's one way to like help the reader like connect to your characters and to your story, is to like show, you know, put food into the comic, put things that like normal people, or people, not normal people, but people would normally do, you know, like driving a car, you know, waking up, brushing your teeth, making breakfast. You know, we got pickled jum, red bean toast, a cup of tomato juice, J juice, Zabretta buns filled with vegetables, egg and cheese, chutney, pressure sweet tea. There's a lot of drinks for a breakfast. Seems like too many drinks for a breakfast. Kind of extravagant maybe, but you know, he's a cartoonist. You can be extravagant when you're a cartoonist. Spring sauce, sweet and hot, a bowl of creme fruit, and then salt and mint. You know what I mean? That's like it's so weird. I can't imagine, like, maybe I should try that, like dried mint. No, I'm not gonna. I do like mint though. But that's what I'm saying, is like he puts all this stuff in here. So this is where it starts. This is where the story Sexica and her boyfriend Nikolai. And this will show where I like when he printed this, he put in these extra little bits, like this is him in 2013. I sure drew a lot of butts in this comic. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Enter 2007 Brandon. Oh, Jesus, dude. It's him. Buns for... I'm going to pull that up, because that's like... I just think that's like the funniest. Buns for life. In the future, we're really into astronomy. Also butts. Also butts. This is so goofy. I should probably, I'll try to stay off that one. This is, that's where it gets a little explicit. She's smuggling organs in her, in the suitcase, as they call it on the inside. This is where she brings him the smuggled, wolf wiener, right? She's like, it's a severed werewolf cock. Weird. So it is. Should I get it stuffed and hanging it above my fireplace? No, we're gonna sew it on. Sew it? Well, I guess that's whole pictures of wieners there, isn't it? I didn't even notice that. All right, so a priest walks into a rabbi. I like this one better already. Oh, yeah, so I guess there is some more explicit. I don't know how well like YouTube does with that, and my channel just kind of starting and whatnot. I don't want to get it too but so that, it's not necessarily a kid's comic, is I guess what we can take from that. This is the other thing, is I love these swords he draws. Like, there's something about swords with little trinkets and stuff hanging off of them that, like, I just... And this is, he always has all these little like in-universe jokes and stuff. In case of shit. 1, don't cry. 2, die like a man. 3, look both ways. 4, grit your teeth. 5, put up your dukes. Like, if you go through his comics, it's like you can find all these little, like, I don't know if you'd want to call them Easter eggs, but like little jokes and little details that, it makes the comic, like I said, it gives a sense of like realness to it, even though, he's got this real cartoony style that, it does the trick. It works for me. You know what I'm saying? This one, I didn't get this one until recently. I didn't know this had ever come out. This was from 2013 or whatever. And the same with this one. I never saw this one either. And I think there must be another collection, because this says Uno Shot, final chapter to Ghost Town, that ran in Island Magazine. I don't have any issues of Island Magazine, so I need to fix that at some point, but I never saw them at my comic shop back when I was getting the 4-issue series there. This one is, so this is like a conclusion, but it's a one-shot. And it seems like this one is just mainly about Sexka. Like, it doesn't have the dude in it. And there's a bit in here. Is this it? Yeah. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. It's so much sci-fi stuff. And that's, with sci-fi, like, you got to be able to relate to the stuff. And, like, just glancing at it, it's hard to think, like, the largest single known podo. What does that mean? But, like, once you start reading it, it's like it all really fits together. It makes sense, and it draws you in with its sense of, like, alienness. And, like, the jokes just sort of, I don't know, they make it work, I think. They make it more relatable. Oh, I guess he is in here, yeah. I think they're, like, separate in this or something. I don't think it's like that they're separate, like, anyways. Like I said, this isn't like a spoiler show. This isn't, I'm not going to break down every single two in the pink. This one is hard to explain, and I don't know if there's a way that I can show this. I thought this was really cool, right? It says, what is, to see what once was, hold this page in front of a light. I might be able to do it if I do this. No, we're not going to be able to see it because it doesn't have a light behind it. And I don't know how to do that. When you hold it up to a light, you can see this, like, shining, like, through there. I thought that was a really, like, just inventive thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, make it so you, like, look through a page of a comic to see something. Just inventive, I loved it. I got this one. I think this. I got this one in 2020, and this is from. It must say when it was printed. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, it has it on the back. 2018. Oh, I guess I'm not too late grabbing that one. Okay. But so this was the main ones that I think of when I think of the story, right? Like this is this alphabet. What is it called? Alphabets to Infinity. It's a 4-issue series. I think they collected this too, but I mean, you should be able to find it. Hopefully. I mean, any of his stuff you find is worthwhile to get. I'll say that, you know. This isn't really a spoiler. This is just a part in here that like has always. I already showed it. What am I thinking? I forgot about that. She takes a shower and then. Is it at the beginning? Where is it at? Yeah, where she wakes up, takes a shower, brushes her teeth, and drops the deuce. Curses! Who hasn't felt that anger after taking a shower and then getting it all, ruining it. But this is the one where it's kind of like, maybe this is like his version of like The Hobbit or like The Lord of the Rings or something. I guess this would be The Lord of the Rings, and maybe this one with the original stories would be The Hobbit. I don't know. Maybe that's what I should ask him next time. But it's just so many different, like, maybe some people would call these like high concepts. I don't know, but it's like, you know, them traveling through this through the land. I don't know, there's got to be a name to the world somewhere, but I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna forget it. Here's a whale with a little tree village on top of it. You know what I'm saying? My whole point with these is just to like encourage people to go out and find these. If I explain every page and every image, there isn't going to be any reason for you to go get it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I want. I want people to go out and buy more comics. Go to your comic book shop, buy some comics. You know, if you have to, buy them off eBay or Amazon or whatever if you can't find them. But generally, if you got a good comic shop, they're gonna have a couple of Brandon Graham's things in there. Or like his last series, Rain Like Hammers. That was a good one too. I think that was what we discussed on with Ryan, maybe. Puzzle Man? What? But that's what I'm saying, like all of this is just filled with alien creatures, crazy, you know, the way his visuals look are just so, sometimes they remind me almost like of Ziggy, like the comic strips and stuff, but like, maybe like Mobius doing like a Ziggy comic strip, you know, or like that Von Baudet with that guy with that big hat from the Underground Comics, you know, it's like little bits of all that you can see looking through. Ant acid, able to eat 30 times their own mass in harmful micro so-and-sos and poop out minted iodine crystals. Oh, after iodine's mints, after iodine or mints. Like every page has just got these goofy little jokes and puns, and you're gonna like it. If you're like looking at it and thinking like, well, that does look pretty interesting. It is. You're gonna like it. And it's he's always has like these you know, he'll drop in like photos in with his art, or just you know, there's like looks like order forms from like some sort of like Japanese company or something, or just in the background. It's fun stuff because it's just, like I said, it's like, to me, it's like just so inventive. This one has gotten some damage done to it. issue 2 of Book Uno. $2.99. Holy jeez. That shows you how old this is. What, a comic like this would probably be like $10 now. I don't know. But I love he made the cover. Probably talks about it in here somewhere. But he made the cover after looking at like a Chinese restaurant menu, and then just kind of like doing his own take on that. I don't know. I didn't bring my thing to translate all the little, what do you call those, symbols, words, kanji or whatever. So I don't know if he's like, if those are all just like the ones from on a menu that just say like Mu Gai Pan and what's the other one I like, Egg Foo Young or something, or if those are all like kanji that he like wrote. I don't know. I guess, like I said, this isn't that kind of a show where we're gonna have all the spoilers and every single detail worked out for you, because that's the way you want to buy comics. You want to be able to enjoy, discover all these things yourself. There's more food, more menus. Brahmaputra serves sweet or salt with griffin, whale, cheese, or ends meat. Allow for extra time. It's hard to make ends meet. I think the other thing that really made this series like link for me, what really sticks out in my mind is like I was saying earlier, 2012 was a rough spot for the old doctor. I was actually not even a doctor at that point, and like reading all his like little puns and jokes made me laugh. And it was like being able to laugh again, like after I hadn't been able to because of, whatever was going on with my life back then. To like laugh again was like, okay. Yeah, this is what it is. This is what's important. As long as you can still laugh, you're still free, I like how he does, he plays around with word bubbles, word balloons. Sorry to make waves, like little waves in the bottom there. He does that a lot in, I guess I don't like Rain Like Hammers as well, which is not what we're looking at though. This is Multiple Warheads. But yeah, so this is more of, them journeying in their car, Lenin, not Stalin. This is so goofy. I love it. That's what I'm saying. Like they're just, and he's, it is like the way he draws, sexica and girls and stuff. Well, sexy girls, because there's somewhere he's got monstrous women or monstrous men or whatever, but he's got a real eye for it, like he's able to like capture. Let me find, I guess maybe I have to go to the back. Go back to that first page where it's a little bit of nudes. Just like her, sitting on the bed is like such a perfectly captures, you know what I mean? Like, and it's so like, it's like sexy, but not like overboard, Again, probably not like a book for like kids, but maybe like mature teenagers could probably be fine with this. It's, you'll know better than I would, obviously, for whoever you are that's watching this. But if you're over 18, then get it. If you're going to be a prude about sex, then you need to like fix that. You know what I mean? Like unfuck that. I'm not trying to say go out and be a hoe, but everyone got here by that. That's how we all got here. And and this is the first issue. I guess we're going backwards, aren't we? I don't know why I did that. Why is this one $3.99? The other ones are $2.99. What's going on? Why? That's confusing to me. But yeah, so this is the one I read all this earlier. We don't have to reread that. I like this. I like that it starts off and you're seeing. He sets the scene. You know, here's this giant mountain range. There's all this weird stuff, weird statues and buildings. Is this the page where it has? I guess I'll come back to that. There's oh yeah, I showed some of this on the earlier when they're in the I guess how that reminds me of like video games. How there's like stores and video games. He's in here talking to this yak man. Where does he say it? I thought he said something about the yak man. Oh, this is the part I was thinking too. Like, it shows, you know, them taking off in their little car, and you know, you can follow along where it goes through all these little cities, through an abandoned prison camp, tunnels, a week in the dark. After a week in the dark, we made it above ground, a soft rent bed, and real food at the village of the mouth. Now the long stretch along the counterbalance towards the ocean, and then the impossible city. Cigarettes like smoke? Or the cigarettes smoke? What? No, the cigarettes sing. They're singing cigarettes. It's so strange. That's what I'm saying. It's like all these things that, like, I don't know, it really shows like his imagination is always just on point, you know? It's always just, it's burning. It's always on fire. Oh, and here, this is kind of like what I was saying too. Like that weird picture of me there getting a back rub. Well, I'm not gonna get, no. But these these weird like Russian, like, what is Russia? Communism or something? It's like communism posters and whatnot. Like, it gives it that feel, and especially with like all the red stars on things and all the weird like sort of like military stuff that's going on, that they're always sort of like vaguely on the run or concerned about laws and rules, smuggling organs, fixing things because, you know, there's only limited supplies around. You got to make use of what you got. All things that I would think that happened in communist Cuba, for example. They still only are driving cars around from the 50s and 60s because they can't get no new cars. So that, you know, like, it's it's at the crossroads. Every hit a missile. Beware of everything. Regret, revenge. Good luck. He's reading Barbarian Revenge comics. Serpent. There's like them talking down there, and it's like you don't have to really know what they're saying. He's just telling a story about the comics that they're reading, or that he was reading. Them eating again, drinking tea, a whole bunch of food, Beirut cream, head bunt, Blitzkrieg, Fig Neutrons, Milksapan Ghost, Fat Tit, Creme de la Kremlin, Tiamazuz, the Tart of War. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, every time you look through here, you're gonna find like another like little thing that he's put in. And, you know, it's just, that's what I'm saying. They're worthwhile. You can come back to them. There's a weird city that's on this, I think this is the Impossible City, isn't it? I think. It's a city that walks around on the back of that giant monster horse, whatever the heck that is. It's So yeah, so that's Multiple Warheads, Brandon Graham. Well worth your time. Well worth your time, and should be fun. Unless you don't like to laugh, unless you don't like sci-fi. If you don't like sci-fi, yeah, I would say you probably wouldn't like this then. But how do you not like science fiction? You know, like how can you say no to science fiction? Just escaping from, you know, this realm that we're in now with, you know, all the nonsense that's going on. Take a break, you know, read some comic books, squeak your chair, you know, do what you gotta do. Smoke some singing cigarettes, drink some milk treat, whatever you gotta do, you know. Stay sane. Keep reading comics, keep making comics. And, hey, remember, Doc, don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Oh, shit, it's hard to get that J in there. Oh, J's are always too big.
Just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Let it go by like a stray in the wind, in the well, that was my home, now I begin again. Said my friend, there ain't nothing else matters. He was no more than a baby then, and he sings so broken hearted, something within him. But the moment that I first laid eyes on him, I wanted to 17, just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. And I'll wait today, maybe I will go again tomorrow. Yeah, and the music there, the words hauntingly familiar. And I see you doing what I tried to do for me, with the words from the poet and the words from the choir and the melody. There ain't nothing else matters. Just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Just like the wine we love, sings a song, sounds like she's singing.